Hi, I'm Meg. Welcome to PlantFitmeg. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you'll take a look around at some other videos while you're here. I make videos about healthy weight loss, simple plant-based recipes, and living a healthy lifestyle. Today I wanted to dive into Accountable April, and some of you may have already seen the short that I did about Accountable April. If you haven't seen it already, I'll link it here and in the description box below. But that's basically just a short, condensed version of this video, which will go into more detail about what it is, why I'm doing it, and why I'm inviting you to join in with me. So I started Accountable April last year, and it was basically an effort to look back and reevaluate my New Year's resolutions that I had made at the beginning of January, to make a point to see where I was at, evaluate, and make plans from there. And I thought doing that in April would be kind of fun because we're 3 months into the year, there's still 9 months left of the year to work towards our goals and make progress and build habits and make positive lifestyle changes, or just make positive changes in our lives in some way. So I started Accountable April with the idea that I could be your accountability buddy for the month, and you could actually be my accountability buddy for the month as well. And I would post, what my goals were, what my habits that I wanted to incorporate would be. You can share your plans and your ideas and your goals and progress, and we just go through the month together, encouraging one another, supporting one another. And I'd love to make it an annual thing. I started it last year. I thought it'd be a fun experiment, and then when April was coming along this year, I thought, I really want to do Accountable April again. It'll be really fun to build community and really connect with you guys in a different way. So I'll start with explaining the steps that I recommend going through to sort of plan and prepare for Accountable April. You can join in at absolutely any time. And even if you're watching this and it's not April, all of these strategies and ideas still apply. So it could be any month of the year. There's no deadline, there's no time frames that's specific. Jump in anytime. Anytime is a good time to reevaluate where you are. Consider what you're doing that is serving you, what you're doing that is maybe not serving you and not making you feel your best, and trying to find different ways of building habits and doing things in a different way that will improve your life. So I'll delve into my 5 steps for Accountable April, and then I'll go into what my personal plans are for Accountable April as well. If you like goal setting videos like this, remember to give the video a like and subscribe to the channel below if you haven't already. With that, let's jump right in. So step 1 is to pick a habit or 2 that you would like to work on towards the month. It can be absolutely anything. So it could be something like drink 8 glasses of water a day, or go for a run twice a week, or pick up the guitar and play 3 days a week. It can be any goal you want. It can be health and fitness related. It can be weight loss related. It can be anything that'll improve your life. So it could maybe be a self-care piece or a stress management piece where maybe you want to incorporate meditation into your day-to-day, or yoga, anything. So you pick your habit that you'd like to work on and develop over the month and establish. I highly recommend starting where you are. So consider what your lifestyle looks like now, what kind of time you have in your schedule, and what you can incorporate that will be relatively easy to incorporate into your lifestyle already. The other thing is to consider breaking up a large goal into smaller steps and smaller habits that will get you to that end point. So for example, at the beginning of the year for New Year's resolutions, sometimes people will make a resolution to get healthy, or a resolution to lose weight or get stronger, but they don't actually have habits put in place to achieve those goals. So maybe, for example, you want to be able to run a 5K in the summertime. Maybe that starts with going for run walks now and starting slow and easing your way in. Maybe starting with a couple of days a week, having just short run walks, and then gradually over time switching that up and increasing it so that you can work towards the larger goal of a 5K run. So once you've picked your habit, step number 2 is to schedule it in and plan how and when you're going to make it work. It really helps to write it out and make it a part of your lifestyle and a part of your life. Writing it out and having it visually and referring back to it makes it a lot more concrete. It's really important to carve out that time and make room in your schedule to be able to accomplish these habits that you're setting out for yourself. So for example, if your habit that you're wanting to try is to eat more vegetables, you need to make sure that you have time to shop, time to prep your veggies. And you can make that as simple or as complicated as you want. You could easily just buy frozen vegetables, canned, or fresh, and then there's a bit more prep work involved potentially, unless you're buying, pre-chopped. But that's just one example, making time to shop and prep and things like that. So make a plan, schedule it in, and write it down. Step number 3 is to either leave me a comment below letting me know what your habit is that you're going to work towards during the month of April, or tag me at plantfitmeg and use the hashtag accountableapril on social media so that I can see what you're up to, what your plans are, how you're progressing, and what's going on. Having support and encouragement and having an accountability buddy can be so helpful in getting going and getting into new habits and routines. Having someone who is a cheerleader and someone who's in your corner and saying, yeah, you got this, you can do this, and celebrating the wins and encouraging you when you're having a hard time or a challenge is invaluable. So important to have support along the way. So I'm happy to be your accountability buddy, and I'm looking forward to the community sort of being accountability buddies for each other and cheering each other on. So I will be referring back to this video and checking the comments throughout the month. And even, like I said, if it's not April anymore, I will still refer back and look back to these comments, and I do try to respond to every comment. So absolutely let me know what your plan is, and as the month goes, you can come back to this video and leave more comments letting me know how you're progressing and how things are going. Step number 4 is to forgive yourself for any missteps and to congratulate yourselves on the wins. So I think sometimes when we get into trying to do something new or starting to improve an aspect of our lives, we can be really, really hard on ourselves. And if there's one little misstep, it just feels like everything is done and over with, and we just throw in the towel and give up. And I want to encourage you to see the challenges as part of the process. And if you make a misstep, that is absolutely okay. Let it go. Regroup, take a deep breath, and move forward and keep going. The other thing is, make sure to give yourself credit for what you're actually doing and accomplishing. So maybe part of your goal for Accountable April is to get into the gym 3 days a week, for example. And maybe 1 week out of the month, you end up going 2 days instead. Maybe something comes up with work or with life. So it's easy to get into, I didn't accomplish what I set out to do, and get frustrated with ourselves without really realizing you went to the gym 2 days. That's awesome. Pat on the back. And then it's a matter of looking at what happened, and maybe it was unavoidable, but maybe you could have worked around it and planned and done things in a slightly different way so that you know for next time. You're always learning from your mistakes and learning and moving forward. So the more that you can kind of reflect on why it happened that way and making a new plan or just shifting gears a little bit can be absolutely helpful. Bottom line here is be kind to yourself. It's a process. If you're doing or trying something new, it can be challenging to do something new. So give yourself grace, do the best you can, and be sure to forgive yourself any missteps and continue along. Congratulate yourself on the wins. Step number 5 is to reevaluate and keep going. So even when the month of April is over, when Accountable April is through, that doesn't mean that you just stop and don't do the things that you were setting up in April. The idea is to continue with that momentum, keep going, reevaluate, see what worked well during the month of April, what didn't, what little tweaks you want to make, what's really important to you, and where you want to go from there. Make a new plan for the month of May and beyond, and continue to reevaluate and regroup and make new plans as you go so that you're able to reach your goals. If you have a really big goal, like I mentioned earlier, be sure to split it up into smaller habits and smaller steps so that it feels a lot easier to achieve. So when Accountable April is over, you could absolutely keep doing what you're doing and maintain that habit that you've started to establish. Or if you completely rocked it, you're feeling comfortable and confident and you want to do more, you can reevaluate and decide what's next. What else do I want to add? What else do I want to make time for and prioritize in my life? What will improve my life, my lifestyle, my health, my fitness, my fill in the blank here. So I really encourage you to reevaluate as the year goes on and keep working towards whatever goals are important to you. So now into my personal plans for Accountable April. So last year I had more sort of running goals and that kind of thing. This year I'm shifting gears a little bit and I'm focusing more on strength training. So I want to continue to get into the gym and work on my strength training, my weightlifting, about 4 to 5 days a week, and continue to build that and maintain that. I want to continue to focus on my form and make sure that that is solid and strong so that I have a good foundation, and then increase the intensity in some way, whether that means adding more weight or adding more reps or more sets, trying to continuously progressively overload so that I can build my strength and get stronger, which is really my ultimate big goal. The other thing I want to do is focus a little bit more on my nutrition and focus a little bit more on nutrition specifically for performance with weight training. So I'm going to make small shifts with my food and my nutrition. Nothing major. I'm still eating a whole food plant-based diet, eating a lot of veggies and fruit, whole grains, legumes, beans, all that stuff. But I'm just going to shift gears a little bit. I'm actually going to try to do some batch cooking and meal prepping. So if you're familiar with my videos in the past, and sort of if you're familiar with me, you'll know that I enjoy batch cooking. I love leftovers, but I never really portioned things out as I went, and I want to experiment with that and try it. So it's not necessarily a habit that I want to build, but it's something that I want to try, that I just want to see how it works and see if it feels good to me and if I enjoy it and if I like it or not. I just want to give it a go and see what it's like. So let me know if you want to see a batch cooking / meal prep style video, and I'll be happy to share that with you. So for my days in the gym, I will schedule those in as I go, depending on other commitments and other things that are going on in my life. But that's sort of a thing I'm maintaining that's already somewhat established. So I'm just going to keep going with that. And then in terms of the batch cooking and sort of meal prepping, I'll do my shopping, I'll get things prepped, and I will dish things out into individual containers, which will be a little bit different than what I've done in the past. And if I enjoy it, I'll keep doing it, and maybe it'll be a weekly thing that I do, and we'll see. We'll see if I enjoy it or if I'm not loving eating the same thing every day. So if for whatever reason I'm not able to get into the gym my 4 to 5 days a week, I will do my best to be kind to myself, forgive myself, get in a workout at home if I can instead, if that's a possibility. and just do the best I can with that, and also congratulate myself when I'm able to do my 4 or 5 days a week and really hone in and focus on my form and be really present in making mind-muscle connection and really considering how my training is evolving as a newbie lifter and how I'm improving gradually over the days and weeks and months. And so for the month of May, at that point, I will reevaluate and keep going. And maybe I'll get into doing meal prep every week or every couple weeks. I want to see how it sort of fits into my lifestyle and making meals for my family and things like this. So we'll see, and I will let you guys know what I do moving forward after Accountable April. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. I will leave a few videos up in the cards and also linked below that are related to this video. So I'll leave my Accountable April video from last year, my New Year's resolution video, and a few others that I think might be applicable and helpful to you. Remember to like this video if you liked it and subscribe to the channel below if you haven't already. So I'm wishing you all the best for the month of April and beyond. I hope you'll join me for Accountable April, either leaving comments below or tagging me and using the hashtag AccountableApril on social media. I'd love to connect with you and see what you're up to and what kind of habits and goals you're working on and working towards. I'd love to be your accountability buddy and give you that encouragement and support that you may not have otherwise, depending on your situation. Stay tuned for my next video, which will be coming out on a Monday with a very special guest. I have quite a few plans for future videos, including videos about weight loss and more specifically evidence-based weight loss, a video about body image, and I'm planning on doing an Accountable April wrap video as well. So stay tuned for all of that, and as always, let me know what kind of videos you'd like to see on the channel, and I will be happy to do my best to put that together for you. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!